Welcome back to the whatever episode of the Real Duo podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet. I almost forgot what I was going to say. What have you been watching this week, Devin?
I watched 4 movies, I guess. 2 that we'll talk about later. And then the other 2, I watched Blade Runner, which you know about that.
Did you like Blade Runner?
I did. I enjoyed it. I like the cyberpunk little area they got, the little world they got going on. I mean, I like Harrison Ford, so
yeah, Harrison Ford is really good at like not giving a shit.
And I thought it was a good story. It was a really good story.
Yeah, I personally prefer 2049 over the first one. I like both of them, but I think 2049 is better.
I still haven't seen 2049. I will eventually.
It's great. It's almost 3 hours, so like you may have to like plan your day around it. But
Blade Runner was great, and spoilers, I guess. But I love the end when that dude's just going crazy.
It's 30 years old. Everyone's seen it.
But when that dude's just going crazy at the end, I love it.
That's a great scene.
He's like making the wolf noises and stuff. I loved it.
Yeah, it's a little out of place. It's kind of weird.
It kind of came out of nowhere, really, and that's why I liked it, though.
Yeah, it's a really good scene, but it's just out of place.
And then the second movie I watched was American Psycho.
Have you seen American Psycho before?
I had known about it, but I hadn't seen it until
American Psycho's fantastic. It's probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Christian Bale fucking nailed it, man.
So good. So good.
It was on Netflix, and I was like, ooh, let me just watch this. And I was like, man, that was
I have that movie on Blu-ray. I go back and watch it every now and then. But it's one of those movies that, like, you can't watch it all the time because it, like, fucks with you.
It really did. And I couldn't help but laugh when he was running down naked down the...
Yeah.
Chasing after that girl. I was like, what? And then when he dropped the chainsaw on her, I was like,
and then he just screams. And I'm like, oh, this is horrifying. This is like the most Joker-y movie like ever. They should have just called this Joker.
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Did he just really do that? I didn't really understand the end. So is it...
Spoilers for people who haven't seen American Psycho. But if you haven't seen American Psycho, see American Psycho.
But like, was it in his head, or
it's meant to be? I don't know, because the movie's based on a book. I don't know the ending of the book, and I don't know how faithful it is to that. It's written by the same person, so it's probably pretty faithful. But I think the ending is meant to be kind of ambiguous.
Yeah.
What happened? I personally think he kind of like imagined like most of that stuff. But there's some stuff at the end that makes you think like some of it actually happened. Like the way that lady looks at him when he leaves the apartment, seems like she knew some shit.
I took it when I first saw it. I was like, the lawyer fixed all this shit, and he's like he got rid of all the evidence and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what it seemed like.
And he was like lying to him to make him think like, oh, maybe I didn't do all this stuff, to like help him if he ever gets caught. And he's like, well, I didn't do it.
But then he also like blows up a cop car with like a gun, which is a little weird. And he even looks at it, he's like, what the fuck? So it's a little like, it's kind of like Joker, where it's just like, what happened? We don't really know. I think it's just kind of up to your interpretation of what happened.
That movie was a roller coaster, though.
They made a sequel.
Did they?
That's really bad. Don't watch it.
Does it have Christian Bale?
No. It has his character at like the very beginning, but it's not Christian Bale. They do like the Shazam Superman thing where they just like cut off his head, and it's like a body double.
I see. I liked it though. I liked American Psycho.
It's so good.
What have you been watching this week?
We both watched El Camino and Gemini Man, which we'll talk about in separate videos after this. Yes. I also watched Mask of the Phantasm last night. Best Batman movie ever. I always forget about it, but it's fantastic.
Is this newer or is this older?
No, this is from like the 90s. This was around. This was after season 1 of the animated series.
Okay.
And it was like a big theatrical. It had a theatrical release. It's so good. You need to watch this.
There's all these DC things. You're like, you need to watch this.
You need to watch because they're so good, and you're just like, no, I don't want to watch it because DC sucks.
It's not that. It's just I don't have any way of watching them. That's
you could probably find this. I have 2 copies of this. I might just give you one of them. because I have it on DVD and Blu-ray. It's only like 75 minutes, so you can like knock it out in no time. But it's so good. It's like exactly what a Batman movie should be. It's so good. And then I also watched Robinson Crusoe on Mars, which is really fun.
What?
It's like it's like imagine The Martian, the movie The Martian, but in like the 60s and with like aliens and a monkey.
Oh, that just sounds insane.
And Adam West, because Adam West is in it for like 5 minutes.
Oh, of course he is.
he's only in it for like 5 minutes though. He's not like a main character, which was a little disappointing because I love Adam West.
That sounds like somebody who watched The Martian while they were high and like, this is what happened.
Well, this came out before The Martian.
I know, but that's what it sounds like. There was a monkey.
It kind of does. There's a monkey. There's aliens. It's
Matt
a fun,
Damon
like,
was
goofy.
in it.
I wish Matt Damon was in it. He would have been fun. It's a fun, like, goofy version of The Martian. It's like a little shitsy like sci-fi movie from the 60s, but it's good.
I love The Martian.
Martian's great.
I've heard some people that hate The Martian.
I've heard a lot of people that don't like The Martian.
I'm like, how can you not like The Martian? It's
like people just don't like Matt Damon.
I think people just don't like space movies anymore. I think that's what it is.
They don't. They really don't.
That's what it is.
Space movies are a dying art. We need more space.
Make some. I still haven't seen Ad Astra, but I want to. So.
I think you would love Ad Astra.
I probably would.
I loved it.
Probably would. Look good, and I always love me some Brad Pitt. So.
You might fall asleep through it because I almost fell asleep through it, but
I'll make sure to take a nap beforehand.
Yeah.
Anything else you watched?
That's it. I mean, I'm still slogging through Gotham.
Did you skip any episodes?
I've skipped a few, but it's just so bad. That show is so bad. It's so I don't see how anyone can watch this and say like this is a legitimate show.
When did it come out? 2014?
I think 2014. Yeah.
So it's been on. Is this
been on for like 4 or 5 years because they just ended with season 5. Like
so, it's been on for like 5 years.
Yeah.
Well, it has to get better. Otherwise, they would have canned.
And I've heard good things about it. So hopefully, the show gets better, or I'm just wasting my time.
I haven't heard
awful.
I haven't heard when it gets better, if it gets better. So
I've heard it gets better right around when that Joker kid shows up because I've heard he's like fantastic, and I can't wait for that Joker kid to show up.
When does he show up?
I don't know. 2? It's probably like season 4, of course. The very end of the show is when it gets good, probably.
Probably.
But I'm trying because I have to watch every Batman thing. So.
All right. You got anything else before we get into the news?
That's it.
I don't have a lot of movie news. I have quite a bit of game news today, though. But
I don't have any game news. I have some movie news.
Well, we'll start with the movie news. So
movie news.
What you got? What you got for me?
First off, Jungle Cruise has a trailer. Did you see this?
Cruise. What's this?
It's the movie with The Rock where he's the ride, the Jungle Cruise at like Disneyland.
Oh,
they're making like a movie out of that.
Oh, apparently. I heard about this trailer, but I didn't see it.
The Rock is in it. I didn't see it. I saw a picture of The Rock in like a dumb little like safari outfit.
I saw
that looks really funny. But I didn't
see
see the trailer.
The Rock is in so many movies. Good Lord.
He needs to stop.
He's in like 4 movies a year. He
needs to stop because he hasn't been in a good movie in like forever.
And
he keeps pumping them out.
He's going to be in Jumanji 3, which I think that comes out January next year.
Jumanji 2 technically, but
it's 3.
It's 3, but they're treating it as if the first one never really happened, but it did.
It's the third one.
Yeah, it is.
And I heard that I think that got delayed though because of Kevin Hart's car crash.
I remember hearing something about that.
I don't know if he finished filming or if they just stopped because he couldn't do press or something.
They probably just had to do some like pickup shots or something, and
maybe
they couldn't get him, and they had to
just get like a cardboard stand of him and put him in.
Just find another midget somewhere.
CGI Kevin Hart's face.
Put Kevin Hart's CGI face. Gemini Man it. And just put somebody else's body on Kevin Hart's little head.
We have some stuff to talk about with that movie, but
yeah, we'll get more into that.
We'll get into that later on. I got Murder Mystery 2.
Yeah,
apparently happening.
Now you saw the first Murder Mystery.
I did.
Does it deserve a sequel?
No.
Do you think a sequel could be better?
Maybe. It depends on what they do. I mean, the first one was enjoyable because I went in like this is an Adam Sandler movie. I wasn't going in being like this is going to be.
See, that sucks because Adam Sandler has made some awesome movies. He's made some great stuff, and I hate that that's like a thing now. Like, oh, this is an Adam Sandler film because like, man, he's made like Punch Drunk Love and like Ran Over Me and shit. Like, make more movies like that. I'm so excited for Uncut Gems. Fuck whatever this is.
I guess I shouldn't say that, but like in recent movies, he's been doing like Pixel, and,
Ridiculous 6.
Yeah,
that I sat through every minute of that movie, and it was so bad.
Like, so you can't say it's not a trope because it is. It is a trope.
It is, but it sucks saying that. And I can't get past the title, Murder Mystery. That's like the most generic title. It's like, oh, what's the movie about? It's a murder mystery. Oh, let's just call it that. Like, you couldn't have come up with something else?
Maybe he'll make it interesting for the second one instead of just calling it Murder Mystery 2.
I doubt. Is he going to have that dumb mustache again that is clearly fake?
I don't know. Maybe he shaves it. Apparently, Jennifer Aniston's coming back again, too. It's like, what? Do they not have anything better to do?
Speaking of Jennifer Aniston, this might technically be Marvel news, but I'm going to talk about it here. Apparently, everyone is like shitting on Jennifer Aniston because she said some stuff about Marvel or whatever. And like, I don't want to talk about what she said because she didn't really like say anything that bad. I just want to talk about like, can we stop with like people can't have opinions anymore about comic book movies, because if a movie comes out and it does well and everyone else loves it, you can't be like, oh well, maybe, blah blah blah, and then everyone just immediately jumps on you. It's getting absurd. Stop it.
Apparently Martin Scorsese said some more stuff today about Marvel, so
cool. I don't understand why like we care what he says about anything. It's his opinion. Let the old man have an opinion. Let his movie come out and then just let him die. I
100% think that Jennifer Aniston probably has never seen a Marvel movie.
No, I mean what she actually said wasn't that bad. Like all she said was just like she kind of misses the old days of movies when you could just go into a movie and it wasn't like $500 million and there's like green screen everywhere. So she just misses the days of like seeing little like smaller, more mid-budget movies on the big screen. That's all she said. She didn't say anything bad about Marvel, but everyone's like harassing her as if she's like, oh fuck Marvel, Robert Downey Jr. can suck it. Like, blah. She didn't say anything like that. We need to chill. This is like Star Wars all over again when everybody just attacked each other over The Last Jedi. Like, stop. Stop it.
Everybody has an opinion, and when it, like you said, when it disagrees with the majority, people freak out.
Yeah, I know, but we need to stop that. Like, you can like your, comic book movies and whatever. I like dumb stuff. Whatever. I like Batman vs Superman, for God's sakes. I know people don't. That's fine.
Most people
I'm over it by now. Like, just get over it and have your stupid opinions about stupid movies that ultimately don't matter.
I was gonna say, did Jennifer Aniston actually say Marvel?
I think she said Marvel, but much like Scorsese when he said Marvel, I think she's just kind of lumping comic book movies into that because nobody really she's not gonna say like Marvel and DC. I don't think she knows anything about comics. I think she's just Marvel movies are just like comic book movies now.
Maybe she's pissed because she didn't get cast as somebody in Marvel. Who knows?
She might have been. I don't know.
She was trying to be Black Widow. It didn't happen.
She's too old to be Black Widow.
Yeah, she's way too old.
She was too old 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's your little mini rant for the day, I guess.
My rant. Stop yelling at people for having opinions that you don't agree with.
I like how you're wearing an Avengers shirt too. So
I didn't do that intentionally. That's an accident. Most of my shirts are just like Marvel or Star Wars. So that's all I wear.
You have DC stuff. You have Batman shirts.
I do, and I strategically wore one for the Joker review that we did, but I didn't draw attention to it. So I hope somebody noticed.
Easter eggs,
little tiny Easter eggs.
All of our podcasts secretly have little Easter eggs that you have to go find.
They do, and they're all unintentional.
Unintentional.
None of this is planned.
I got some Lord of the Rings news actually.
Ooh, is this for the show?
No, it's nothing important. They're getting re-released in 4K. I just want to let you know.
Oh, is it the extended editions or is this just like the normal?
It just said the Lord of the Rings and Hobbit trilogies are getting 4K.
That would be insane. And I have right there. The extended cuts on Blu-rays. I recently watched those not too long ago. They look fantastic for movies that are almost like 20 years old. They look insane. I don't think we necessarily need like 4K versions of this because I think I've talked to you about this a little bit where like camera quality hasn't quite matched up with like visual effects and stuff. Because the more we get, because 4K, the effects weren't rendered in 4K back then. No. So unless they go back and redo every effect in 4K, which is going to cost a lot.
I don't even think they were rendered in Blu-ray.
Probably not. But I don't think they're going to spend money to up-res the effects. So the effects are probably going to look just as bad as they did 20 years ago, and just everything else is going to look like 4K. So it's like, what's the point?
Plus, you can't. I know I have a 4K player and TV and stuff like that, but you can't tell the difference between unless you have them literally side by side. Then you can tell a difference. But if you just watch something in Blu-ray and then you immediately watch it again in 4K, you won't tell a difference.
And I mean, even like I've seen like side by side like screenshots of like 4K and Blu-ray, and it was like, oh, look at Thanos's like stubble in the 4K version. I've seen it on my Blu-ray as well. So it's like, it's kind of just the same. Like, who really gives a shit?
It is. It's just, it looks a little bit sharper.
Like a tiny bit sharper.
But it's not.
The blacks are more black. Like, that's important.
And it's not like it changes the way the movie is. Like, the movie's going to be the same.
No. And any movie, like, post 2010, if you get it on DVD, it's going to look fine. Like, it's all in HD anyway. So, like, it's going to look fine on DVD anyway.
Yeah.
So who really cares?
The only time you want to upgrade is if you still have VHSs. And
well, yeah.
I used to have the Star Wars movies on VHS. I don't have any.
Why did you get rid of those?
They were the original cut.
I'm sure those were worth a fortune.
I'm pretty sure I may still have them. I just don't know where they are.
Find them.
And I know I lost episode 6, so it's not a complete trilogy.
Well, even still, if it's just A New Hope and Empire, like, I'm sure you can get some money out of that.
I'm sure. I think you can go get those into discs, so you could go get the originals.
Well, I have the originals on DVD. Just get those. Just get
the unedited.
Yeah.
Oh, where'd you get those?
Well, it comes with both. It was back when they did like the special edition like DVD like packs. Like they had the prequels in one pack and then the originals in one. It comes with both the dumb special edition, and then it's funny that the original unedited like cut is on the bonus discs. But it comes with those, and they're on the bonus discs. So.
I'm sure. I thought when Disney bought Fox, they would be like, "Oh, we're going to re-release these."
I think they might. I think they're just taking time. They're letting the Fox thing kind of, take its course, and they're gonna. I'm sure because to do a proper like conversion of something, you have to get like the negatives, the film negatives, and I'm sure they're probably like fucking with those, and they're trying to like. George Lucas keeps showing up, and he's like, "No, we got to add like little dumb stuff." And they're like, "Get the fuck out of here, George."
I don't think they let George on the premises anymore.
No, they better not.
They're like, "You sold it to us. You're dead.
It's mine.
It's mine." I'm sure he's in there like, "Let me do Indy 5." And no,
I need to add all this dumb stuff in Indiana Jones 4.
No,
I need to go back and just add even more dumb shit to that movie.
I need to add a second alien. No, George.
I need more aliens.
And then my last movie news is I guess this is more of TV news, so I guess I'll wait. I just realized. So what
I've got a couple more. Right before we started, like 10 minutes ago, Robert Downey Jr.'s Dr. Dolittle movie gets a poster and a trailer. I didn't watch the trailer, but I saw the thumbnail, and Robert Downey Jr. looks really goofy in it. I
saw the poster. Everybody's been freaking out. They're like, "It's gonna be so good. It's got Robert Downey Jr." I'm like,
well, it's the Iron Man hype. They're just like, "Oh, it's Iron Man's back." Like, yeah.
It's just like, yeah, okay. RDJ is a great actor, but that doesn't mean the movie will be good.
It doesn't, and I don't think the movie will be good because it's fucking Dr. Dolittle.
Do you think RDJ is bringing his A game for freaking?
He might.
Dr. Dolittle.
He might. I don't know. Apparently, this has been in the works for like 2 years. Like, apparently, he's really like passionate about it.
No animals were harmed.
Where's Sherlock Holmes 3?
It's coming out with somebody else.
I think he's in it though. Isn't it?
I think he is. When it comes out next year, I think.
Probably. I would doubt it.
Is that all your news that we got?
No. Coming to America 2. I hope it's called Coming to America because that would be fun. Is going to be PG-13, which, if you remember, the original was rated R.
It was, wasn't it?
It was.
It has some nudity in it
and some fucks.
Some fucks. Why make it PG-13? Why not just keep
I don't know. Apparently, Eddie Murphy was just like, "Oh, it's going to be PG-13
for the kids, man.
For the kids, because all kids nowadays they remember Coming to America so much.
Yeah,
that iconic movie that nobody
30, almost probably 30-year-old movie.
Yeah, I don't know. Eddie Murphy's a weird guy. I'm sure like his next comedy special is going to be like PG-13 as well.
It's going to be PG. His next comedy
special. PG for the kids, man.
Farts and butts and farts.
I mean, that'd be PG-13.
Is it? You can't say butts.
You can't talk about butts around kids, man.
Why not?
Because
what if you call it something? What if you call it like a hiney?
Maybe, but nobody calls it that.
But if you call it an ass, immediately.
Well, that could be that could be PG-13 unless you're talking about a donkey.
He could be
because then that's just what they're called.
He could be referencing Shrek.
Fuck. If his next comedy special isn't just him like doing like Shrek stuff, I'm not gonna watch it.
He hasn't done one since he made Shrek, right? Or since he's been in it.
What do you mean?
Like, has he done a comedy special since then?
He hasn't done a comedy special in like 30 years, Devin.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. He hasn't done one. So.
Yeah, bring on Mike Myers and just reenact Shrek, but in live action. That's all I need this to be.
Do you think he's been working on this for 30 years? Or do you think he's just like,
No, I think he's just been chilling. He's been chilling on them fat stacks of cash that he's
Imagine
made.
If he has been, though. Like, it'd be the greatest thing ever.
I mean, yeah, if 30 years in the making, like, yeah.
He's just making jokes from stuff you don't even remember. He's like, oh, remember when OJ did this?
Remember when President Bush said this? Like, no, I don't, because I was like 6.
I wasn't even born yet.
I wasn't even fucking born yet. That was 30-something years ago, you old fuck.
Get off the stage.
Get off the stage. And they start chucking tomatoes.
I could see some kid going to see this, and they'd be like, "Is this Kevin Hart?
Is Kevin Hart? Who's this black man? That's not funny.
Who's this black man? It's not funny." That'd be hilarious.
Then he starts doing donkey, and everyone's like, "Oh, it's Shrek."
It's Shrek.
Even though the donkey's just his voice.
I was gonna say
he's not doing like an accent or anything.
He doesn't do any difference. It's just him.
Yeah, it's just him. The last piece of news that I have. You know the movie Training Day, right?
Yeah.
It's getting a prequel.
Why? What the fuck? Why? Why you gotta mess with these good movies?
I don't know. It had a TV show like not too long ago.
Yeah.
That it was like a different, like it wasn't connected to the movie or anything, but apparently it's going to be like a prequel about Denzel Washington's characters like 10 years before the first Training Day, and like him like coming up the force and like doing shit. And whatever.
I don't even know that.
Yeah, none of that matters.
The movie starts out perfectly. It's just
the movie's fine. He's the villain. He's not the main character. He's the villain of the movie. We don't need to know anything about him.
And he's just there. He's just already he's done all this shit already. He's just there.
And he's cool as hell. Leave him alone. Because Denzel's not gonna. There's no way Denzel's gonna be in this.
No,
he's an old man. What if they digitally like de-age him?
I was gonna say, what if they did and they de-aged him?
He needs to like lose some weight, which he probably won't do.
They could do that with some CG too.
I mean you could do fucking anything with CG. They'll probably like get Denzel's like son.
Just don't even get Denzel. Just CG him in.
Everything's just fake.
It is.
I mean, they could.
I don't know how they do it. At the
same time, like, why does it matter? He can come in. He can do voice acting. So King Kong ain't got shit on me.
So he's gonna come in and do that, but not actually act.
Yeah. That's where movies are going anyway.
I'm gonna talk, but I ain't gonna show my face.
Yeah, that's where movies. And then he'll get a fat paycheck.
Give me that fat paycheck.
That's where everything's going now.
I realized my last piece of news actually isn't TV. It's movie news.
What is it?
It's a John Wick thing.
Is it more? Is it that ballerina movie or whatever?
Yeah, spin-off ballerina movie on Fast Track. Gets Underworld director.
Is it just gonna be called Ballerina? Like what is?
I think so. Yeah.
The ballerina, and then the trailer's gonna be like it's gonna be a girl in like a tutu, and she's gonna have like 2 guns, and she's gonna be spinning around like shooting people.
There's no it's just ballerina.
Call it the ballerina because that sounds like a movie.
Ballerina.
the ballerina, and it's badass, man, because she's not actually a ballerina. She's a fucking badass.
She's a ninja. I'm a fucking ninja. Why
a fucking ninja?
I know John Wick is like all the rave, but like, do we need this? Like,
I'm fine with a universe. The only thing I have a problem with is the fact that we're getting more John Wick movies. I think 3 movies is enough. Continue on like doing the other stuff, and then maybe have like John Wick cameos and stuff in them. Like, that's fine. We don't need how long is Keanu Reeves going to be? Keanu Reeves is like 78. How long is he going to be fucking John Wick? He's almost by the next time by John Wick 4, he'll be in his 60s.
He don't look it.
Okay.
He's still got the moves.
But are we going to get John Wick 5 that'll be 65?
Maybe.
I don't want a 65-year-old John Wick.
Well, they should have killed him in the 3rd one.
Yeah, they should have, but of course they didn't.
He should have died when he fell off that building.
He should have died any point in that movie. He's shooting that like the end scene when everyone shows up and they're all like armored and stuff. I'm like, how are you getting so close to these guys without getting shot to aim like in their helmets and like shoot them in the eye? That's not like,
because John Wick's just that good.
But they got like big guns, like one shot with a shotgun and he's dead. I know that he's got that dumb like bulletproof like suit or whatever, but it's a shotgun.
He went Punisher mode. That's what he did.
I get fuck. Why don't we get a John Wick, Jon Bernthal crossover? That would be awesome. Make that movie.
Just Jon Bernthal, not Punisher. Just Jon Bernthal.
I mean, Jon Bernthal's scary enough as is.
That's true.
It'd be cool if he was Frank Castle because I want to see him bark at some more people. But
who would win in that fight, John Wick or?
I don't know. See, that's the question.
Punisher,
because they're both just like, I don't give a fuck. Like it would just be nonstop, just like shooting at each other
until one of them got hit.
Until one of them gets hit, and then he's like, oh fuck.
See, I think Punisher would lose because he gets hit way more. He's just a really tough dude. John Wick doesn't really get shot a lot.
Yeah, because he's got that dumb bulletproof suit that they introduced in John Wick 2.
Punisher gets shot a lot, but he's like, fuck it.
Punisher can withstand getting shot in the chest because he ain't a bitch.
So you say John Wick's a bitch?
He is a bitch.
Oh, I dare you to say that, Keanu.
He wasn't a bitch, and then he became a bitch when he got that dumb suit.
I'd give it to John Wick.
Because a real man takes a bullet to the chest.
A real man takes a bullet.
A real man fucking dies.
It doesn't fucking die.
A real man dies. Frank Castle doesn't care if he lives or dies.
He's nearly died twice in his show. I'm pretty sure.
Exactly. He remember that scene in season 2? I think it's like in like the 5th episode when he drives the fucking ambulance off of the bridge.
Yeah.
He should have died. That show's so stupid.
The end of season 1, he was like getting choked out by that dude.
Yeah, that show's so dumb.
Bloody pulp. I don't know how he wasn't just unconscious from being beat.
I hate that show so much. It's so stupid. Everyone's like, oh, it's good because it's about like real shit. And I'm like, no, it's stupid.
Jon Bernthal is still great.
Jon Bernthal's great. He's
great. Bring him back. MCU, listen to me. Bring him back.
I hope they do.
And get Charlie Cox while you're at it.
Charlie Cox. All
right. You want to go to Marvel or DC, or do you want to go with the video game stuff?
Let's do video games.
Video games. I have 2. One of them's really big, so I have a lot of stuff about it.
What is it?
I'll go with the little one first. So the Avengers game, the new one, they released some new skins. And
Hold on. Before you start, I don't mean to interrupt.
Okay.
But I just noted for some reason with that hat on, you don't look like Kevin Feige, but you just remind me of Kevin Feige because he always wears hats. I just wanted to say that. Continue.
It's a Mexico hat. I got it in Mexico.
Oh, well, that's the difference. He hates Mexicans.
No, shit. Fuck. That's why there's no... Oh, but what about Luis?
I don't think he gives a fuck. I don't think he created Luis. You kidding me?
Anyways, the Avengers game. They released some playable skins, and I put this in here just for you. The Hulk will have a Joe Fixit skin.
Ooh, is he in like his tux and everything, and that like cool like mop?
Yeah,
that's awesome.
He's got his tux. I saw a bunch of different ones. There's the God Killer Iron Man suit is in one of them, which is like the black suit with like yellow going.
Is it the one he wore in like Homecoming or whatever?
No,
like he has black and red.
He hasn't worn it in the MCU. I don't think.
Oh, he hasn't.
It's like pitch black with like yellow striped stuff going on.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah. Cap doesn't have one. He only has one because
He'll get one because his normal suit looks retarded.
Well, he may die in the beginning, so you may not play as him for very long.
Of course. # no justice for Cap.
You get Ultimate Thor with like his axe instead of the hammer.
Ooh, that's cool.
I think Black Widow had a different one.
And then another leather outfit.
I think it was the white one that she may have in her new movie.
Cool.
And then that was it. That's all it showed. But I put Joe Fixit in there because I know how you love Joe Fixit.
I love me some Joe Fixit. Didn't they announce that like Kamala Khan is in the game?
Yeah, they showed her player model, but she doesn't have a different outfit.
Is she like gonna be like a character that we can play, or she's
a playable character?
Okay, so this sounds like it's like an open world, like Grand Theft Auto type thing.
I still don't know what kind of game this is
because it's like, all right, we can play as the Avengers. Like that's cool.
Everybody but Cap, apparently.
Everybody but Cap, because of course Cap's fucking dead. Why does Marvel hate Captain America so much?
I think you'll be able to play as Cap in the beginning.
First 10 minutes, and then he's dead, and it's like, fuck you, all Cap fans.
You think there'll be any like cameos that are surprises in this? Or you think they're?
I mean, like Spider-Man might show up.
I don't know. I think they want to connect this to the Spider-Man game, so I think they're waiting on that.
Maybe. I don't know. I know Ant-Man. They've already showed like Ant-Man shows up.
Oh, did they?
It was I think it was Hank Pym. He's got like a dumb little like laser gun and like a hoodie, and he's just like, I'm Ant-Man. Yeah, I don't know. Anybody can show up at this point.
What about like Black Panther or?
Oh, Black Panther's for sure going to show up. He's gonna have no place in this game at all. There's no reason he needs to show up, but he'll just be like, "Oh, I'm Black Panther."
Do you think these people will show up and not be playable though? You think they're just?
I think some of them. Not everyone needs to be playable.
If they make it a GTA open world, I would love that actually.
That would be insane. Like that would 15 characters, just open world. You could just do whatever. Like that's insane.
The only thing I would be tricky was like, how would you choose who gets to play who? That'd be the tricky.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, oh, everyone wants to be Thor, but only one person is to be Thor.
Well, I mean, I'll get to play Captain America because nobody likes Captain America.
I know, but like I'm just saying, like that would be like everybody would probably a lot of people would want to play as Iron Man.
Probably
like,
everyone would want to play as Iron Man.
Or if they threw Spider-Man in there from the Spider-Man game, that'd be dope as hell.
That would be really cool.
Yeah, that's my little news. Big news. Are you ready for this?
Big news.
It's probably like the title of our podcast video. I'm surprised you haven't heard about this. PlayStation 5 officially announced.
I saw a headline for this. I didn't look into it because I'm lazy and I don't want to do that.
I did it for you.
Good.
Coming out next year around Christmas time.
Okay.
Holidays of 2020.
I mean, that makes sense.
It's officially called PlayStation 5. They didn't change the name.
Good. I'm glad they didn't add because when PlayStation 4 was coming out, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna call it like the Orbis," and I'm like, "That's dumb. Call it the PlayStation 5." Even though I hate like PS4 sounds cool, PS5 kind of sounds weird, but whatever.
You can just call it PlayStation 5. You don't have to call it PS5.
I'm not gonna say that because that's a mouthful.
Or just say it PlayStation, like everybody else calls it.
I'll call it the Nintendo.
Look at my 5. Just give it.
Look at my 5. What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, I got some. They released some stuff for it, so I'll let you know. You will be able to play physical 4K games and 4K Blu-rays on this. So
okay, yeah, that's good because when they announced the PS4 Pro, it's like, oh, you can play stuff in 4K, but there's no 4K Blu-rays. Everyone's like, all right, well then what's the point?
The PS5 games will have a capacity of 100 gigabytes. That's insane.
What? Okay, that's fine. It's getting a little out of hand, but that means the hard drive up front is going to have to be at least like a terabyte or a couple terabytes.
I've heard they want to start going more into less discs, more online games, like
streaming games or whatever.
Yeah. Like you download them and
that's fine, but even still, people are going to buy physical games.
What's funny is that when they announced that, they didn't announce how big the hard drive was going to be.
Yeah, I know. If it's 500 gigs, that's going to suck, and everyone's going to hate that.
That's like 4 games.
Even on my PS4, I had a 500 gigabyte hard drive, and I could only have like 6 games at a time because every game's 50 gigs now.
Well, if discs are about 100 gigs for a disc,
that's gonna be insane. It needs to be at least like 2 terabytes.
I don't even want to know how much a downloaded game would be.
Oh my god, that'd be even more.
Because a disc, if people who don't know this, a disc has the same amount of gigs as a downloaded game. It's just it doesn't use all of them when you download them. If that makes sense.
Which is weird.
Like like when you're online, it uses the gigs from like a cloud almost. So
try downloading 100 gigabyte game though. That's you know how long that's gonna take.
I almost did with Red Dead Redemption. It took like 4 days.
Exactly. That's gonna be nobody's gonna do that. I hate to say it, Sony, but nobody's gonna fucking do that. That's nuts.
Game installation is mandatory for this, but you can also install just multiplayer for certain games. So
does that mean that like if you get a physical game, you could just put it in and play it? You don't have to like install it into the fucking thing?
Yeah.
Good.
But you can download just multiplayer versions of games if you don't want the campaign.
Campaigns all the way.
Well, people who are Call of Duty fans will probably like that. So.
Fuck them.
The controller doesn't have a name yet, but it's basically the same as the 4. We haven't seen what it looks. I'm sure it looks different.
Is there no touchpad? Did they get rid of that stupid touchpad that didn't have any purpose?
They didn't say anything about touchpad. The only thing they said was improved speaker, USB connectivity.
Well, hold on. Stop putting the speaker on the thing. That speaker does nothing.
It makes noise like when you get phone calls.
Okay, cool. That's not important because it comes on the TV as well.
No, not
get rid of that speaker. Put something else in there that's useful.
I think in Grand Theft Auto, if you get a phone call, it doesn't come through on the TV.
Okay, well, man, that's so important. I have to hear the ringing of the fucking cell phone.
And larger battery capacity, which the battery for the PS4 one isn't terrible.
No, it's bad.
It's not terrible.
It's bad. I haven't even like, because I watch a lot of movies on my PS4. It'll be fully charged, and I'm just sitting there watching a movie, and then like a half an hour into the movie, it's like, oh, you need to charge your battery, and I'm like, what the fuck? I haven't even been like using it. Like, what the hell? It sucks. So I'm glad that's a good thing. Also, take off the dumb light on the PS4 controllers.
Why?
Because it's pointless.
Turn those off.
You can't turn them all the way off.
You can turn it. You can dim them down.
You can dim it. It's still on though, and that's distracting. I don't like it. And that is probably why the battery gets sucked up so much, because it's got this stupid light on it that does nothing.
Do you think they should get rid of the touchpad?
Get rid of the touchpad. Get rid of the light. Just make it a fucking controller.
Not a lot of games use the touchpad. That's
None of them do. It's only there just like, oh, click the map. Okay, just make a button.
But nobody actually uses the touchpad part.
Yeah, because Sony was like, oh, we're gonna have all these games that you can do all this innovative stuff, and then nobody made anything like in the game that was really like worth the touchpad.
I don't think I ever played a game that used the touchpad.
I think like Infamous Second Son did it, and that was like it. It was like swipe up and like unlock this door, and I was like, all right.
But you freaking called it with The Last of Us being like the end of generations. You fucking called it.
Hashtag Wave is right. I call a lot of stuff and I don't get credit for it.
Spot on, because
I'll say something. I'll be like, oh, The Last of Us is like the end of the generation. You're like, no, Wade, you're stupid. You're a dumb idiot. And then it comes out and I'm like this. I'm like, yo, I was right. And then everyone's just like, oh, whatever. I'm always right. Come at me, bro.
And then I don't really know what this means, but I'm going to read it to you. Maybe you'll know what it means.
I probably won't know what it means.
Something about the trigger buttons, the L2 and the R2 trigger buttons. They say the innovation we call adaptive triggers, which have been incorporated into the trigger buttons L2 and R2. Developers can program the resistance of the triggers so that you can feel tactical sensations of drawing a bow and arrow or accelerating an off-road vehicle through rocky terrain.
That sounds like nonsense. That doesn't mean it's a trigger. It's gonna feel exactly the same as like the PS4 controller.
What I took from it is like if you're in a game where you draw a bow and arrow from the left and right trigger, it'll resist like you're actually pulling a
probably, but that's not fun. I don't want that. I want to hold the trigger. Like, who gives a shit? And I can see that
breaking easily and you not being able to press the button at all.
Yeah.
So
it's stupid. Just let me just make a controller. Why do we have to have all this dumb stuff in a controller? I don't need this.
There's improved vibration in the controller.
Okay, cool. That's important.
There is ray tracing acceleration in the GPU hardware.
The hell does that mean?
Pretty sure it has something to do with how fast your PlayStation goes. But
okay, cool.
Loading screens will be
still not important.
Reduced dramatically, is what a quote.
That's fine. I'm sick of people like shitting on loading screens. Loading screens are important. They're there to like load the fucking game. And like they're also meant to like break up the pacing of the game a little bit, so you're not just constantly just being bombarded by all this fucking information. It's there to be like a little breather, so you can take a drink or whatever. I don't want games to just like, oh, it immediately starts and I'm in it, and I'm like, whoa.
Well, because
like give me some time to like get into what I'm about to get into.
Because, like, for example, Spider-Man, that's actually a fun loading screen when he's fast traveling.
And they did that on purpose. They're just like, hey, here's something to watch while you're loading the game.
Yeah, it's a fun little thing. And I remember, I think I said this before, somebody played the Spider-Man PS4 game on the PS5, and it just, like, you didn't even see that.
So it's like, all right. So all that work they put into those animations is just gone now.
Just gone.
Like, that sucks.
We got some UI details. The new UI will allow you to see more details on what you can play at any time, as well as more on what your friends are doing.
I don't care about what my friends are doing, as long as the layout is different than the PS4. Because I don't really like how it's like laid out, where you just have these like squares. I don't really like the PS3 had an awful interface as well, and they kind of like did the same thing with the PS4, but just like a little bit better.
I don't know how you make it better though. What would you do?
Just I put a game in, the game shows up on the screen and I click it. Like, I don't need all this dumb, like, oh, here's the settings, swipe up on the thing to get to the settings. Like, just make everything like, here's everything you need. Just like out front. It doesn't need, I don't care how it looks. I don't care if it's ugly. The Xbox One had an ugly ass interface, but it worked.
I also feel like it was a little disorganized. Like,
it is.
Like when I first got into my PlayStation, I was like, how do I like get on Netflix and shit? Like, I was so confused.
And thankfully they introduced folders in like one of the updates, because originally PS4 when it first came out was kind of stupid because it didn't have all this cool stuff. But like if you had like 5-6 games and you had just had a bunch of stuff, you had to like scroll all the way to the end and it would take forever to get to like something at the end. So like stop, like don't do that again.
I was gonna say just do folders initially. If you have a downloaded game one, and then have like your TV services or whatever, and then not have a folder, but just have a disc one. That's like whatever disc is in your PlayStation at the time, and just do it that way. I don't know what this means by see what your friends are doing. Is that like there's going to be like a mini part of your screen that's like dedicated?
Well, I mean, they do that now on the PS4. When you first turn it on, there's like a what's new thing that comes up. That's like the first thing you see, and it's like, oh, your friends are playing like so and so, and I'm like, I don't care what they're doing.
I don't know half the people.
I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I don't care that Devin just got a trophy in fucking Red Dead Redemption. I'm sorry, Devin, but I don't care about your trophies.
Dang, how do you? Why?
Because I care about my trophies, and I don't even care about my trophies.
And then the last piece of news has nothing to do with hardware, but Bluepoint Games, the studio behind remakes such as Shadow of Colossus and the Uncharted Nathan Drake collection, is working on a PS5 game that says it's the big one.
I didn't play Shadow of the Colossus, the remaster. I heard it's like fucking insane and it looks really cool. The Uncharted Nathan Drake collection was really fun. I'm not like familiar with the studio. Is this like an original game or is this another like remastered remake?
I think it's based on what they said, it's probably original. If it was a remaster, I think they would have released it. That's
cool. Well, I'll wait and see what it is.
They said it. They say it's the big one, so I don't know what that.
The means. Big one. That can mean fucking anything.
That's what the name of the game is, and we're all taking that too literally.
The big one. It's about a shark.
Oh shit! It's a Jaws game.
It's a Jaws game. Remember that Jaws game on PS2? That was awesome.
I do remember that.
You just murder like 50 people. That's all you did. That was the objective of the game, was to just eat people.
You just ate. That's awesome. The main things I'm taking from this that I'm excited for is 4K DVD player built in, which should have been in the PS4 Pro, but
it should have.
So if you get this, you don't have to get a 4K player.
Am I gonna have to get a 4K TV though? In order to have the same, because like if I get a 4K Blu-ray player, I'm gonna have to get a 4K TV. It's not gonna work on a fucking normal TV.
I think you don't have to. It's just it wouldn't be 4K. It would just be however much resolution.
Okay, TV. That's good, I guess, because I really don't want to spend $500 on a fucking 4K TV right now.
You can get a little one for like
I don't care. It doesn't. We don't need 4K games, guys. Games are still going to look like video games, even in 4K.
I was going to say, I've never bought a 4K game. Do you just have to go and like actually buy a 4K game, or are they just automatically going to be 4K?
Well, I mean, I know with like the PS4 games, they put stuff like on the case that says like, oh, it's like it's enhanced for the PS4 Pro or whatever, and I think it's just like a little bit enhanced on the PS4 Pro, like a little bit. I don't know how that shit works, but I don't know. I think it'll just like, if you have a 4K TV, I think it'll just like upscale it to 4K probably. Like it'll just be a game and then it upscales it a little bit, which is what they already do now. So it's not really like that.
That's what I would assume, because my 4K DVD player plays Blu-rays in a fake 4K, if that makes sense.
It upscales them a little bit.
But it's not a true 4K. It's a fake 4K.
Yeah. So I might do that. I don't know.
And then they didn't release the price yet, but I'm going to guess it's going to be around $600.
Yeah. The PS4 was honestly like an amazing price when it came out. It was like $300 when it came out, I think, because and I think they only did that because they wanted to say, fuck you, Xbox. Because Xbox's console was like $600. And they were like, we're cheap as hell. And everyone's buying our shit. Fuck you. But this sounds expensive as all hell.
It sounds expensive. I think PS4 after they upscaled it was $5, and I'm gonna guess they tack on another $100 for the new hardware,
which is fine. I mean, if I'm spending $600, I want like a quality thing.
Do you think?
Like, I don't mind spending $600 if I'm gonna get. I hope there's games outright, because if there's not, then I'm gonna wait until it drops a little bit, because I don't.
Well, I mean, with your theory, you could just not get Last of Us 2 and wait until it drops on.
But I'm gonna get Last of Us 2.
You can. I don't know. You can wait until it comes out.
I probably could, but you know what? The remaster of Last of Us didn't come out until like a year or two after The Last of Us came out, so I'm not waiting fucking a year or two to play that game.
That's true. And then we still haven't fucking heard anything about backwards compatibility. So fucking.
I think they said they wanted to do it. If they don't do it
for years, though.
Yeah, if they don't do it, then they fucked. That'll be the thing to kill this console, because I don't think people, because part of what made this new generation kind of pointless in the first like couple years was that every game that was coming out was just remasters. That was it. Yeah. For like the first 2-3 years, it was just remasters, and that was it. And so I think if they just do it backwards compatibility, we don't have to do remasters. We can get new games. And then if I want to go back and play like Little Big Planet 3 or whatever, I can put it in.
And then if there's huge games that you actually want to like update the graphics for it, then do that. But still make it backwards compatibility.
Sure, I guess, but we don't fuck remasters.
Do you think they should do every PlayStation or just like PS4?
I mean, PS4 is fine. It'd be weird if the PS5 could play PS3 games, but the PS4 couldn't. Like, that's weird. Just do PS4, because most of the PS3 games were remastered on PS4 anyway.
True.
So just do PS4.
And then if we use the same like account from downloaded games, will we still get them on PS5, you think?
Probably. If they're digital, I don't see like why not. If it's digital, if it's on your account and it's like saved on your account, I don't see why you couldn't just like port that over.
I don't know. Maybe
Sony's weird though, because they always like, because for years, for like a decade, people have been like, "Can we like change our names, please?" And they're just like, "Oh, we don't know how to do it." I'm like, Xbox knows how to do it. Just ask them. It's not that hard.
I really don't feel like it's that hard.
It's not. Change Sony's just name. Weird.
Did they ever fix that? Is that a thing?
No, you can't do that.
I know Xbox has backwards compatibility too. Also,
a little bit on some games.
Yeah, but Xbox is just a shit console in general.
It's a giant VCR.
Do you think Do you think PlayStation will reign supreme when these two consoles come out? Or?
I don't know. I mean, the only reason the PS4 was as popular as it was because of the huge like PR fuck ups that Xbox had around like E3. They were like, "Oh, you're not going to be able to play with your friends. You're not going to be able to like." Buy games or like they had some weird like DRM stuff, and like the console's gonna be like $600, and then Sony came out was just like, no, you can share your games with friends, and it's like $300, like go like do whatever. So I think if maybe Microsoft learned from their mistakes, Microsoft might be on top, but at the same time, like I don't care. I'm just gonna get whatever. If there's games on both that I want to play, I'll get both of them eventually and just fucking play both of them. Who gives a shit?
I remember when it was Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 was the dominant one over.
Yeah, because PS3 was also $900 when it came out.
Yeah, it was expensive.
It was insane.
And then when the new generation came out, everybody switched to PlayStation 4. So I'm wondering if this new one will switch back to Xbox.
I don't know. It could be anything. It could just go back and forth. It could be, I'm waiting for like Apple or somebody to come out with a new console. It's just like, yo, fuck y'all, and it just like blows up the world and everyone gets it, and it's like the new thing or whatever. Because we've had like Microsoft and Sony for like almost 20 years now.
Nintendo comes out of nowhere. Look at our new Wii.
Look at our Switch 2, and it's exactly the same thing.
Shut the fuck up, Nintendo.
I might actually get a Switch because the Switch actually looks kind of cool.
I've heard the Switches are good.
I've heard it's really good.
They're probably gonna make a new Wii though with all these consoles.
Nobody wanted the Wii 2 or the Wii U, whatever the fuck it was called. Nobody wanted that. The Wii was cool for like a week.
I had a Wii.
I had a Wii too, and we played it for like a week, and then it just died, and nobody on the world cared about Wii ever again. Because people realized, oh, exercising while playing a game is not fun. That defeats the whole purpose of playing a video game.
I remember because I held on to my Wii. They started making games that you didn't have to exercise.
Yeah, you could just sit on your couch and just fucking like do this.
Yeah, and then it just became a regular console after that.
Because that's a dumb idea. The whole point of playing video games is about relaxation.
The funnest game in the Wii was the Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games. I fucking love that game.
That was a good game, but that's a party game.
It is.
It's not like a game that like you come home from work and you're like, oh man, I had a stressful day. You know what I'm gonna play? Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
That's what I would do.
You're a weirdo.
That's all the PlayStation 5 news I have. I'm sure there will be more next year.
Did they like show what it's gonna look like?
Nope, no designs.
I hope it looks really cool.
No designs. I was hoping they at least show what the controller looks like, but nope. Nothing.
I hope it looks white. They always release like white versions of the consoles, but they're always like super expensive. Like just make the fucking console like the normal console. Just make it white because it always looks better when it's white.
They always add like an extra $50 to $100 for a color. It's like
it's the same thing. It's just white. It's like is white material more expensive in Japan? Like what the hell?
I remember when they came out with the camo one and it was like $150 more. I'm like,
stop doing that. Christ. Well, because if you sit it somewhere, it'll blend in.
Oh yeah.
And people were breaking their shit, so they're like, we need to raise the price.
I put this green thing on my black table, it's gonna blend in.
It'd be really cool if they treated it like iPhones and you could just get like different colors. I want like a bright pink PlayStation 5.
I want to put my face on it. Like,
oh my god. It'd be horrifying. Well, that actually smart though, because then if somebody steals it, you could just be like, "Hey, that's my face.
It's mine.
It has my face on it." And he's like, "No, it's mine." I'm like, "Well, it's got my fucking face on it. How do you explain that?"
Why haven't they done that? I'm sure they have custom.
You can get skins and stuff.
Yeah, but like, why don't you just be able to like? Okay, because I don't feel like a lot of people are going to go to the store to get these. A lot of people are going to order these because back when PS4 came out, Amazon was huge, but it wasn't as huge as it's today.
Yeah.
So
I went to GameStop and got one. I
was gonna say that's what I did, but like I said, back then Amazon and stuff like that wasn't as big as.
I don't know. Maybe they will do that now.
But like I said, like you go online, you just fill out what you want on it, like, upload a picture or upload a whatever, and they send you your custom.
I want a picture of Iron Man's dead corpse from Endgame.
No, from Far From Home.
Far From Home, whatever. His like zombie corpse that we all needed to see. That was very important that we needed to see that.
It was actually kind of cool.
It's a family movie.
Let's go right into Marvel with that. Let's go some Marvel news.
Oh shit! Segues, man.
What a segue.
What a segue. That was not intentional.
Do you have any Marvel news? I have two.
I don't.
Oh, you don't? Okay, I have two. So, both of these came out today. So I didn't have any before today. So WandaVision show is casting for babies.
Okay.
And this makes me think that I don't know if you know who Viv and Wiccan are.
I do. That's their kids.
Yeah, they're casting for two babies. So I'm gonna guess that's what this is. I don't know.
I mean, I guess. I don't want them to be like babies though.
I think because I don't know, but I think this is setting up for a Young Avengers again, because they're setting up all these kids. You're getting a young Hawkeye. You got Spider-Man who's young. You're getting Miss Marvel who's going to be young.
I just don't like I get that. That's cool, but we just don't need it. Doesn't need to be called Young Avengers. Just call it something else.
No, they may not call it Young Avengers. I'm just saying that's what they're setting up.
Call it like Young Force or something.
Young Force.
We're the young force. Fuck those old people.
Maybe this is like in the past a little bit, but like I don't think it would be because why would
well, I mean, isn't Viv and Andra just like Vision? So she could just be created at any age, really.
But they're babies.
They're both babies?
Well, I said that they're casting 2 babies. That's what they want.
Isn't Speed also Scarlet Witch's like son?
Yes. They have like 4 kids.
Maybe one of them is Speed and the other one's Wiccan, and then Viv is just like a teenager.
I think they will.
Because it'd be weird. Let's make a robot that's a baby. Like that's weird.
I think they would go the Viv and Wiccan just because they're more popular, though.
No, they're not. Nobody knows who the fuck these characters are.
Compared to Speed, nobody knows who fucking
Speed's cool. You shut your mouth.
Nobody knows who fucking Speed is.
Speed's awesome. He's like Quicksilver if he didn't suck.
That's my theory. I don't know. Maybe they're just casting babies to have babies. But
we need 6 babies on set. Why? I don't know.
They literally said they wanted 6 babies.
I mean, it makes sense. They'd probably do that because it seems like they're definitely going to build up the Vision and Wanda relationship even more. So why not have kids?
Show them making the babies. That's my question.
It's a family show, Devin.
Can we get a bonus feature of that on the Blu-ray?
You can get that on Pornhub.
Oh, dang. It's not actually Paul Bettany though.
And it's not going to be the real Vision though. It's going to be some weird like created like vision of Vision. So it's like how does she get pregnant though with that? That doesn't make any sense.
I don't know. Maybe it is the real Vision. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe she recreates Vision with her Vision.
She ain't smart.
I don't know. And then my second, this is a rumor. It's not really news. It's a rumor. She-Hulk will bring back Liv Tyler as Betty Ross.
Why? I'm not watching the show then.
Really? You don't want that bad?
No. She doesn't need to come back. Her art's like, who gives a shit? We gonna see her with Mark Ruffalo? Like, I don't care.
Hey, wait. You're not Bruce Banner.
You're not Bruce. You look a little different.
You got a haircut.
If they do that, that'd be kind of neat. If they did like a little joke about that.
It's been 11 years.
It's been 11 years.
She's been.
What has she been doing for the last 11 years? I don't care.
That's not. It's been 11 years today. I don't think She-Hulk's coming out until 2021. So
even longer. But this is like putting Lois Lane in Batman vs Superman and like giving her like an arc. It's like I don't care what Lois Lane does. I don't care what are you gonna give Betty Ross to do?
I mean, there's rumors that Mark Ruffalo is gonna be in this for like at least an episode.
That makes sense. That's fine because he's cousins with She-Hulk or whatever. But why does Betty Ross need to be in the show? Where has she been for the last 11 years? Is she so important that she needs to be in this show?
I don't know. I'm gonna guess Liv Tyler was like, "Hey, this is successful. I want to come back."
I guess, but
I don't know. This
is Tyler again out of everything.
This is a rumor. It doesn't mean it's gonna happen.
If Liv Tyler's in the show, I'm not watching this fucking show.
But this is a rumor from trusted sources that Marvel is considering bringing her back.
She was really bad in Incredible Hulk.
Maybe she'd be better. I don't know.
She's not though, because I've seen her in other stuff since, and she's still just as bad. She still has that little stupid voice that she has.
I was gonna say I do hate her voice.
I'm like, stop. Get a new voice.
But this will actually feel like then the Incredible Hulk's a little bit more connected.
But it's not though. I mean, it is, but like it's not.
They brought back General Ross.
Okay, cool. That character that everyone loves.
That's why they bring her back. Because they bring in Ross into this show and then bring her into.
Why wasn't Betty Ross in Civil War?
Because that's just not important to her.
She's not important to fucking She-Hulk either.
Well, also Hulk wasn't in Civil War, so
General Ross was.
Yeah.
Why wasn't she in Infinity War?
I don't know. Why wasn't she in?
Why wasn't she in fucking Endgame? Because she's not important.
Betty Ross does stuff in the comics. Like she's not.
No. She's dumb.
Well, Wade's second rant of the day. Fuck Liv Tyler.
Dumb. Fuck Liv Tyler and fuck the character Betty Ross because she does nothing all the time.
Do you think that if it is announced that she's in it, it would ruin the show?
I mean, no. I'm sure the show around it would be fine, but it's just every time Liv Tyler would show up, I'd turn it off.
Do you think it'd be better as like a episode, like she shows up for an episode? Or
that's fine. Have her show up. Have her role be like her role on Ad Astra, where she just shows up and she doesn't say anything. That's fine. I'm totally okay with that.
I don't see her coming back. Why would she want to come back after 11 years?
I mean, Natalie Portman came back. Why the fuck would Natalie Portman want to come back?
Because I'm sure
because these movies are doing well and they're all making bank.
Natalie Portman came back because they were like, okay, we'll give you more money and we'll make you a superhero.
Maybe they'll do that with Liv Tyler.
She's not becoming no fucking superhero.
They might. Maybe it's all women now.
Maybe she is She-Hulk.
No. Weird.
They change it up just a little.
No.
And then General Ross becomes Red Hulk, and it's just a fucking Hulk.
It's a Hulk family.
Hulk family.
That'd be weird. I mean, I could see that happening because Hulk and She-Hulk do have some kind of like weird incest relationship in the comics, and I could see that like Disney not wanting to do that in the show.
I'm gonna assume they will say that they're cousins, but they're not actually cousins.
It's like, oh, we're like just third cousins. Oh, whatever.
No, it's gonna be like, oh, we're both Hulks, so we're kind of related type thing.
That doesn't make any fucking sense though.
Like,
Hulk, it's not like a Hulk is like a race.
They're Hulklings.
They're not. Hulk is not a race until they make more Hulks. Right now, Hulk is just a green person.
Do you think we'll get Hulkling? Do you think he'll
Hulkling? But Hulkling isn't a Hulk though. They call him Hulkling because he's green. That's it. He's not like a Hulk though.
Hulk has a kid at one point.
He has a kid. It's a Scar.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
The barbarian fucking guy. We might. He's cool.
If Mark Ruffalo's like, I'm done, and we get Scar, maybe.
I would love that. That'd be fucking awesome.
We're going deep in the comics.
I want a giant green man that looks like Conan the Barbarian with a sword.
We're getting deep in the comics lore with Viv and Wiccan, and
we really are.
Like, no, people are gonna be like, "What the fuck are you talking?"
Like, what the fuck? Like, all right, a talking raccoon in a tree is like that's cool, but like robot kids and like magic babies and stuff, like that's weird.
Hulk babies? What are you talking about?
Hulk babies, a green guy that isn't Hulk but is called Hulk, like that's strange.
A red Hulk? What the fuck?
A red Hulk that's also an old man, like what the hell?
I'm kind of excited with more Hulk stuff. I want more Hulk stuff.
Set up a Hulk cinematic universe.
Oh, fuck that! Don't do that. But
that'd be awesome. It'd be like also, that cartoon Hulk and the Agents of Smash or whatever. That awful cartoon.
This also makes me question: did Universal just give their rights up?
No, I don't think they gave them. I think they're just being a little bit more like, yeah, if you want to use them, like whatever.
Like, we're not going to sue you if you do anything with it.
I think probably because I think they wisened the fuck up and was like, hey, if we let Marvel use these characters, we can get money from it too. So let's just have them use the characters. Who cares?
I don't know what their deal is, but I'm sure they get some sort of percentage from every time Hulk's in a movie. But
I'm sure they do. And they're not being Sony. They're not fucking stupid with it. They're just like, whatever.
Because Universal's probably like, we have no plans to do anything with them, so just fucking
use them. Who cares?
They're not over there.
They're sitting just here, like whatever. Use them.
They're not over there with Sony just being like, oh, we can make a Hulk cinematic universe. We can do it.
Yeah, they're just whatever. Like they don't care. Universal's making bank like off of every movie they put out anyway. So they don't give a fuck.
Say, they made $3 billion off Jurassic Park movies.
Yeah, so they don't care.
So they're doing fine. You ready to get into the DC news?
DC news.
One of these is old because it came out like right after we did the podcast last week.
And I know which one that is.
You're again, Wayne was right.
You want to talk? That's not a joke, okay? When I say that, I'm right all the time, and you just ignore me when I'm right. I was so dead on about this. I called this back in 2016 when Batman vs Superman came out. All right. Zack Snyder and I are on the same fucking wavelength. All right. That may be a good thing. I don't know.
Harry Lennox, right? Is that how you pronounce it?
Harry Lennox.
It was
badass Harry Lennox.
Secretly Martian Manhunter in DCEU. Which
I was so on point with this. It's almost like disgusting.
If people who don't know who Harry Lennox was, he was the general in Man of Steel. He was the general who at the end he's talking to Superman's like, oh, you destroyed our satellite or whatever.
He's like, how can we trust you? And Superman's like, fuck you, I was born in Kansas, you bitch. And then he flies away. And then that girl's like, he's kind of hot. And everyone just cringes in their fucking pants because it's like, that's stupid.
But he was apparently based on Zack Snyder, who created this universe, by the way. He did the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, he was Martian Manhunter. Wade called this.
And he was apparently going to be he was going to be in Justice League as Martian Manhunter.
Wade called this. I'll give it to him.
I called this because it's fucking Harry Lennox, for one, who's a badass. He's black, which Martian Manhunter is usually black. And he's got an awesome voice. Like he's got a Martian Manhunter-esque voice. And I'm like, why would you not make him Martian Manhunter? And he made him Martian Manhunter.
And I'm sad that we never got to see that play out because that would have been dope.
That would have been dope. I know how much you love Martian Manhunter.
I know. I want to see some Martian Manhunter and his Oreos. We're never
going to get that. He's on Supergirl. You should watch Supergirl. He's on Supergirl.
I want him in the movies, though.
We'll probably never get that.
I want to see that dope reveal. Superman be like, shit.
Like you were a green man the whole time?
You got me.
And he's just chilling in the back. He's like Drax in Endgame, where he's just chilling with like a bag of Oreos. And he's just like, I love Oreos.
You can't see me. I'm invisible.
Well, he could actually turn invisible, though. So,
is there any other praise you want to say about this?
No, I just want to say, listen to me more when I fucking have theories about shit, because it might be right.
I was gonna say, I think you should just start like a theory webpage.
I should. I'll just be like, yo, Superman all along was like a fucking demon or whatever. And then
Superman,
it's gonna come out like
Superman was a woman.
Superman was a woman, and then like 2 weeks later, Zack Snyder's gonna be like, oh, by the way, Superman was a woman in the original script of Justice League. I'd be like, I was right.
If that happened, I would either one be like, Zack Snyder's just reading your page and just making shit from it, or two, you're secretly Zack Snyder.
I'm secretly Zack Snyder. They call me Black Snyder.
Why did you make Batman vs Superman stupid?
It's not stupid. It's a lot smarter than you think it is. But people just aren't ready for Batman and Superman to talk, because all people know about Batman is the fucking Nolan movies.
See, I think you're too passionate about this. You're definitely Zack Snyder.
I am Zack Snyder.
And then, okay,
that's not something that like, that's like, I am Spartacus. I am Zack Snyder. Like, that's not something that like you should be proud of. But like,
I was gonna say, I don't think you should strive to be Zack Snyder.
No, I don't have a problem with Zack Snyder. He's made some alright movies.
What's your favorite movie besides Batman vs Superman that he's made?
Man of Steel.
All right, yeah, I like Man of Steel. I don't know any of the movies he's made.
And Watchmen. I really enjoyed Watchmen.
Fucking Watchmen's great. I totally forgot about Watchmen.
He also did 300.
I haven't seen 300 all the way. I've seen clips. Right. I've seen clips of like the slow motion.
It's not bad. Michael Fassbender's in it, and he's got like hella abs, bro.
That whole movie's in slow motion though. So.
It is. Zack Snyder really likes slow motion.
Yeah. Anyways, Warner Brother wants a Lex Luthor solo film, which we have discussed this before, but they said that they want it to be a modern day Citizen Kane. How do you feel about that?
What? What the hell does that mean?
I don't know.
They want it to be like the story of Citizen Kane?
That's all they said. Is that
because I mean that could make sense. I could see that like with Lex Luthor, but like if you're saying that you think this movie's going to be anywhere near Citizen Kane, that's very obnoxious.
That's very. You should shut your mouth, Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
that's what you're saying.
That's like saying, "Oh, we want a Batman movie that's the next like fucking Goodfellas or whatever." Like fuck you.
Like stop it now.
Stop it.
You can't declare that about a movie before it comes out.
Yeah, before it's even like made. Like there's nothing for this movie. I mean, if they do it in the vein of Joker, where it's just like, here's a standalone story, here's just a really cool, like awesome story. That could work. I mean, anything's possible. You can make a fucking, Batmite movie for fuck's sakes and make it work. Nobody wants that because fuck Batmite. But I mean, just don't cast Ryan Gosling, because I think when we talked about it, they were like, "Oh, we want Ryan Gosling." Don't cast Ryan Gosling.
I think they're still leaning towards wanting to cast him as
no. Don't cast Ryan Gosling.
He could pull the bald off. He could do it.
I don't care. I don't want Ryan Gosling. He's too likable to be Lex Luthor. Lex Luthor needs a hint of like psychopath in him, and I don't think Ryan Gosling is as good at playing psychopaths.
Bring back Kevin Spacey.
Bring back Kevin Spacey.
Connect it all.
Connect it to this one Superman movie that everyone universally says sucks. It's not like Superman Returns is so bad. It's not like Man of Steel where some people are like, it's good, and some people are like, oh, it's bad. Everyone hates Superman Returns. Everyone hates it.
The only good part is the airplane scene. That's it.
That's the first 5 minutes of the movie.
I know. It's the only good part.
That's it.
The movie just stagnantly
it's so boring. It's so boring. Nothing. Superman. You want to talk about Man of Steel? Superman not doing shit. Fucking all of Superman Returns. He didn't do anything. And then he has like a kid. He raped Lois Lane, which is cool. We need to see that in this fucking Superman. Fuck Superman Returns. Fuck you, Bryan Singer.
Damn. Is this your third rant of the day?
My third rant. Fuck that movie.
I didn't think that was gonna hit you so hard.
I saw the movie in the theater and it was like so cool when I saw it, but it sucks.
It's like a half-hour scene of him just flying around with Lois Lane.
Yeah, it's awful.
That's it. It's like the whole thing.
It's like, oh, that was in the original Superman. Let's just do it again. Let's make it even longer.
And then he gets stabbed with fucking kryptonite at the end. It's just like, holy shit. Like, good lord.
The movie sucks.
And he lifts a giant island that's made of kryptonite and throws it into the space.
Does that happen?
Yeah, at the end of the movie.
I don't fucking remember that. Jesus Christ.
Because remember, Lex Luthor's big plan was, let's make just islands out of kryptonite. That way Superman can't
make a kryptonite island.
So Superman can't stop me because it's made of kryptonite. And he just flies underneath of it and lifts it and throws it into space.
God, Jesus. Fuck that movie.
I don't remember what happens to Lex. No, he ends up on an island and he remember at the end and he's like, oh, we're gonna eat your dog.
I do remember this.
Yeah.
Fuck that movie. Fuck you, Bryan Singer, and your fucking pedophile ass.
Kevin Spacey.
We're making shit films.
Kevin Spacey's also a pedophile.
Well, allegedly. Apparently he was acquitted or whatever.
Yeah, allegedly.
Bryan Singer was also acquitted, but everyone still just brings it up. Because I believe Bryan Singer like touch kids.
He's the next Michael Jackson.
No, like look at him. He's a very like weird looking dude.
He's a weird looking dude,
and he talks very weird too. He talks like a pedophile.
I don't think I've ever heard him speak, but I've seen pictures of him.
He talks like a pedophile.
Next, what I got. Solo Zatanna movie.
Zatanna.
Get
your fucking names right.
Sorry, I don't know
these obscure characters that
I don't know who
nobody
this
knows.
Character is. Zatanna.
She's like a magic lady.
Zatanna movie.
Zatanna
movie.
It's like Solo Zendaya, but with a T.
Is apparently coming, and they want Emily Clark to be in it as the lead.
No, stop putting Emilia Clarke into everything. She can't act. She was in Game of Thrones, and that was it. And she got naked in that show, and so I guess that means she needs to be in every movie now. She's not a good actress. She's also not like for some reason I picture her as being like 4 foot tall. She looks very short.
She is short. I'm pretty sure she's like 5 foot at the moment.
She looks very small. And I always picture Zatanna to be like a normal sized person.
I think I've heard of this name, but I don't know who this character is.
Look up Zatanna. She's you probably know like her image, like what she looks like. But she's like does magic and shit. She's on the Justice League Dark.
Does she wear a top hat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
she's a little magic wand.
I think I know who this is. But like, is this a movie that you want?
I don't want it, but it could be cool. I don't think she necessarily like needs a whole movie just about her, but I think
what the fuck is Warner Brothers thinking with all these movies?
I don't know. I think they're trying to do something because the cinematic universe clearly didn't work. But and they see that Joker is like doing well, and they're like, "Fuck, maybe we should just make solo movies about these characters."
But like Lex Luthor in
a Lex Luthor movie though over Zatanna, and it's Zatanna, not Zantana, not Zendaya. It's fucking Zatanna. It's not that hard to say. Zebra. Fucking magic Zatanna. I could see the Lex Luthor movie working over because the Lex Luthor movie is basically just a social network. So like we already have one. Zatanna would be like a little bit kind of weird to do. And you couldn't like ground that in reality at all unless you just make her a magician. That'd be a boring movie. A little bit. They've interacted before.
They just seem like they'd be.
They were in Justice League Dark together. They were on that fucking team.
Maybe that's what they're setting up because I know they were talking about bringing back Keanu Reeves.
Don't bring back Keanu Reeves. Just reboot Constantine. But if we're getting a Justice League Dark live action movie, that would be awesome. I want Deadman. Bring in Deadman's awesome.
They ain't doing that. They don't have that big of a plan.
If they're doing Justice League Dark, Deadman's in Justice League Dark. Bring in Deadman. Bring in Swamp Thing.
I'm saying they're not doing Justice League Dark. That's what I'm saying.
They might. They originally planned on doing Justice League Dark.
Nah, they don't have a plan.
It was in their mind.
They don't have a plan that far out. They're just like, all right, let's just do these movies.
Fucking do it. You can't do a Justice League 2, so just do a Justice League Dark movie.
I don't think they want to do a Justice League at all. Like they're like it bombed so bad.
They want to do it. They want an Avengers level, like, oh man. They want to do a team up movie or something.
You gotta build up to that.
You don't have to.
You don't. I mean, it's better to.
Because like all these like animated Justice League movies don't build up to anything. They just come out and they're good.
They also don't make a fucking $1 billion like the Avengers does.
Don't have a budget that's like $500 million. Just make like a little fun, like, $100 million fucking Justice League movie.
But that's what they want. They want this movie to come out and make a $1 billion.
Fucking stop.
Which I don't know why Aquaman did that, but
it's because of those fucking Chinese people.
And then,
like I said, they like mermaid shit.
Joker most likely won't. based on
it's not, but it's killing at the box office though.
It actually made more money its second weekend, I think.
Yeah, it's because the budget's $50 million. So like, if you make a movie for $50 million and your movie bombs, like you suck. Because there's no way like your movie is not going to make $100 million after that.
I think it's on track to make $750 to $850.
I think right now it's got like 500 or something.
I know. I think it's on track.
That's fucking nuts. That's insane.
This it could beat out like Guardians and Deadpool.
Already beat out Venom.
I was gonna say those type of movies that Marvel made. That's what.
Yeah. And I think like it's fucking killing. So I think DC's seeing. They're like, okay, people want like solo movies that are like really dark and fucked up. Even though when Batman vs Superman came out, everyone was like, oh, the dark stuff is not working. But for some reason now they want dark stuff again. Fuck y'all. Y'all suck. Audiences suck.
Freaking Man of Steel, which isn't very dark.
It's not a dark movie at all. Everyone, it's so dark because Superman doesn't like smile at all in it, even though he does. You fucking idiots!
It's just realism.
Go back and watch that movie. I don't think they watched that movie. They were like, oh, they put on The Dark Knight and was like, this is a weird Superman movie.
We're Superman.
We're Superman. Superman's not even in this fucking movie. How is this a Superman movie? He's not even fucking in it. Why is the Joker here?
Where's Ben Affleck?
Where the hell's Ben Affleck?
What the hell?
People are so dumb. I hate audiences.
I feel like it's mainly DC fans that ruin DC movies, which is sad.
It's not DC fans. DC fans are like even people like everyone can universally agree that Justice League sucks. It sucks. It's a bad movie. It's poorly made. But like even DC fans are kind of like, like it's fun to like watch and just like make fun of it, whatever. Like there's some entertainment value in it, like making fun of it. It's all the people outside of DC that are just like, Batman vs Superman is like a dark, miserable nightmare. Fuck it. And I'm like, well, for one, it's a Batman movie. You want a lighthearted, fun, like goofy Batman movie? Go fuck yourself.
I also think the MCU has to do with if it's not MCU, they're bomb. Like that's type thing. That's
kind of what it is though. There's a total Marvel bias.
There is
the fucking industry.
And if it's not amazing, it's gonna bomb. That's just how it is.
Yeah. And I also don't know what people want from a DC movie because it's like they try to do dark and gritty, which is what worked previously, and people liked. They try to do that, and people are like, no, we want like lighthearted, fun superhero movies. And then they start doing lighthearted, fun superhero movies, and everyone's like, no, this sucks. So it's like, what do y'all want?
I was gonna say they did Shazam, and Shazam
worked. Shazam was like the one that worked.
It didn't make a lot of money. That's the thing.
Surprisingly, the one that everyone wanted didn't make a lot of money.
And that's why DC was probably like, okay, well, that didn't make money. So now what?
Go back to the dark and gritty with Joker.
Which I don't think Shazam would have worked if it was dark.
It wouldn't have. The whole point of Shazam is that he's a fucking little boy, and it's got to be fun.
He's a fucking little boy. He's a little boy.
He's a little boy.
I have one more piece of news, but I'm going to guess you have this news.
What is it?
Michael Keaton.
Ooh,
Batman teased in Crisis on Infinite Earth set photo.
Yes. This was just, all it was just like a newspaper with his face on it. And it said like, oh, he got married to like Selena Kyle, which is a little weird if you think about the ending of Batman Returns, but I guess it kind of makes sense. This is cool. I hope Michael Keaton actually fucking shows up in it. That'd be awesome. Cool.
I highly doubt he shows up.
Why not? What the hell is he doing?
He's making Spider-Man 3.
He's not in that movie. That movie doesn't come out for another like 3 years. He's got time.
He's got time.
He could show up. He didn't have to put the bat suit on. He could just show up for like a day and just be like, yo, I'm fucking Batman, and then leave. That's it. Because then we'd have two previous Batmen reprising their role. We'd have like 3 Supermen reprising that. Like, this would be awesome. Like, just do that, man. That's awesome. I want that to happen.
We'd finally get a movie person, right? Most of these have
been Brendan Routh was,
but he's Superman in the TV show. So
no, he's not Superman in the TV show.
He's in for one of the shows, isn't he?
He's in a show, but he's not Superman in the show. He was Superman in a movie, and he's reprising his role as Superman from that movie.
Oh, well, still, we don't have a lot of movie characters.
It's mostly TV guys, but if they got Michael Keaton, that'd be awesome. They're not going to get Christian Bale because he's like a grumpy asshole about everything.
The only thing I'm starting to worry about this is that they're revealing too much stuff. Like
this definitely would have been an awesome thing to just like see, like Holy hell! Like that's awesome.
Like I could imagine you watching this and you didn't know about this Michael Keaton thing, and you just pooped your pants. Like,
this would have been the best thing. If I saw this, I would have killed myself. Only because like there's nothing else you could do that's better than this, like ever. Like this is it. This is awesome. And it does suck that like we're seeing everything, but that's how they're getting hyped, because they want people to be like, "Oh, fucking Michael Keaton's in it," and they want people to watch, and they're desperate for people to watch because nobody cares about DC anymore.
What is the chance in your mind that Michael Keaton actually shows up?
Like a 10% chance that he shows up.
I'm gonna go 25
because he's not like an asshole like Christian Bale is, who's like, I don't want to do it. If Christopher Nolan's not doing it, I don't want to do it, but I'm Australian or whatever. Michael Keaton, like even when he was doing press for Spider-Man Homecoming, the entire time he was just like, I'm Batman. Like he's still is like he's a fun dude. Like he'll come back. Like why not?
What if George Clooney was like, fuck it, let's go, let's do it?
Well, it can't. You either have to get George Clooney or Michael Keaton, because technically George Clooney is playing Michael Keaton Batman.
They just brought both of them.
That would confuse the fuck out of everyone.
What if they're Ben Affleck?
Ben Affleck, I think he's had like a very bad experience with all this stuff. I think he's just done. I don't think he ever wants to talk about Batman ever again.
Ben Affleck shows up, but he's not Batman. He just shows up.
He's just Ben Affleck?
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be fine. That'd be a little weird. But it'd be like, all right, just Ben Affleck just showed up. He's drunk and he's on set. He doesn't know where he is.
I can't think of his name for some reason. The guy who plays Shazam shows up though.
Zachary Levi. That'd be fun. I could see that. Zachary Levi seems like a type of dude who'd be like, hell yeah, I'm a superstar now. I would be in anything.
I don't think fucking Aquaman would show up.
Jason Momoa.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not. I don't want him to either. He has no right being in a fucking Crisis crossover.
Is there anybody though that is not announced that you would just love besides Christian Bale?
It'd be awesome if Henry Cavill showed up in it.
I think he would though, but I don't know if Warner Brothers would let him.
It'd be really cool if like Cyborg showed up for like a second, just like my man or whatever the hell he says. You should probably move or whatever the fuck he says. That was cut out of that movie.
Ray Fisher though, that Cyborg or a different person playing that?
Ray Fisher.
Okay.
Ray Fisher's a good actor. He's just really bad in that movie. He was really good in True Detective season 3. He's just bad in that movie. Bring back fucking J.K. Simmons as Commissioner Gordon. Give him more screen time. For God's sakes. You have J.K. Simmons and you put him in a movie for 2 minutes. What a waste.
That's what they did with Bryan Cranston in Godzilla. So
Bryan Cranston was in Godzilla more than fucking J.K. Simmons was as Commissioner Gordon. He was in the first half of that movie.
No, he was in the first fourth of that movie.
Bryan Cranston?
Yeah.
He was in a good like 30 minutes of that movie. The whole beginning is about him in like Japan in the past.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
And then 30 minutes in, he gets like eaten by Godzilla.
The movie's not an hour, it's 2 hours, so that's a 4.
I know, but whatever. The first 30 minutes is what I said. He's in the first like half of that movie.
And they fucking killed him off.
J.K. Simmons is like, he's literally in the movie for like 2 minutes.
I was so expecting like, all right, let's go. Full ride with Bryan Cranston all the way.
Everyone was expecting like, he's hot off of Breaking Bad, and everyone was like, yeah, Bryan Cranston. Yeah, and he had like all the best scenes in that movie. And then they're just like, we're just gonna fucking kill him. We're gonna kill him. He's dead.
Dead. It was a good twist though. I didn't see it coming.
It was a good twist. Of course they fucking kill Heisenberg.
That's all the DC news I got. You got anything?
I have one more. There was set photos for The Suicide Squad. The sequel, not the original, because it's already out.
I heard this was released. I didn't see what it was.
I saw them, and they all look so goofy, which means this movie's going to be a total fucking goof fest.
Which is James Gunn, so I totally expect
which is cool. And a lot of this, like Captain Boomerang, we know he's Captain Boomerang. He looks a little bit more like his comic counterpart now, whereas in the first movie, he kind of just looked like a dirty homeless man. And there's some characters like Nathan Fillion is in a costume, and people are kind of speculating, like, who is he? I've heard rumors that he's playing like arm fall off boy or whatever, which is really funny. And there's some other characters that people are like, maybe that's that person, or maybe that's that person.
Idris Elba and stuff like that.
No, I didn't see Idris Elba. It's rumored that he might be like Bronze Tiger or whatever.
Of course, you waste.
It'd be cool if he was just playing himself.
You waste Idris Elba on Bronze Tiger.
Just make him Idris Elba.
Make him fucking Green Lantern.
Like make him that'd be amazing. I don't. He's not gonna be Green Lantern though. They're not gonna.
He's not, but I would totally love it.
Just have it be like maybe the Suicide Squad have to like go save an actor, and it's fucking Idris Elba.
Did you see Margot Robbie?
No.
Who do they show? These are
they show like everyone else except for those two.
Those are their big actors in this movie.
Yeah, I know. They might have been there, but they just didn't take set photos of them because I'm sure Margot Robbie just looks like Harley Quinn.
I want to know.
Idris Elba is probably just being himself. So like, who cares?
He's the cat from Cats.
Fuck, that'd be horrifying. I totally forgot about that movie until you just brought it up.
It's been a while since we talked about that.
Fucking Cats, man. I'm seeing that movie when it comes out.
Fuck that movie.
On Christmas. That's going to be an awesome Christmas, man.
Fuck that Uncanny Valley shit.
I'm sure it'll look better. I hope it looks.
No, I don't think it will. I think the premise of a cat human is just terrifying.
I mean, it is. Yeah. But again, I think the music is good. That's all that matters.
I think the CG looks good, but I think the character model is just creepy.
No, the CG doesn't look very good. Their faces weren't even like mocapped properly onto the fucking cat faces.
Apparently, I've seen behind the scenes stuff. They didn't use mocap for these.
They didn't. They just CG'd over them, which is strange.
Which is weird. Like, if you're going to do it, just use mocap.
Or just put them in fucking cat suits.
Yeah, which is what the Broadway music.
Because all of the sets are real. They took the time to build these giant, beautiful sets, and then we're just going to mocap all the actors for some fucking reason.
They ran out of money. That's why.
Don't make the movie then. Fucking weirdos.
That movie's going to be so weird.
It is, but I'm sure the music's going to be badass.
I'm sure that the score will be fucking insane,
and that's all that matters in a musical.
But I think it'll be too unsettling to watch. That's my.
Oh, it would probably be the best horror movie of the year. But that's exciting.
Well, that's all the news I have.
It's all the news I got.
Is there anything else you want to speak about before we end the podcast episode?
And Batman vs Superman, good movie.
No, we've talked about. If you want to see
it's a good comic book movie.
We have basically a whole episode dedicated.
It's not like it's not like Citizen Kane or whatever, but it's like a solid comic book movie. What the hell do you want from a Batman and Superman movie?
I want it to be fun.
It is. There is fun. That moment when Batman just murders 50 people, that wasn't fun.
No.
That moment where Superman's like, "I'll take you in without breaking you," and that's more than you deserve. That wasn't fun. That was awesome.
Fuck you, Lex Luthor. But that's not fun.
It was a fun movie. I had fun with it.
You did. I didn't.
I'm a dark, demented human being, though.
We have a whole video on this. If anybody wants to go see
we do.
Rant about
and it's pretty much just us arguing about Batman vs Superman.
It is. It's half the podcast.
Half the whole episode is just like, oh, but it's a good movie. No, it sucks. You're an idiot. Like, all right.
So yeah, if you want to hear us talk about that more, you can go check that out.
Go watch it. That's it for the whatever episode of the Real Duo Podcast, the most mediocre podcast on the internet.
Fun fact of the day.
Fun fact of the day. Don't mix Skittles with Cherry Coke Zero because you'll get a tummy ache.
Oh.
Because I did that.
That is a fun fact.
That is a fun fact. I usually do that. I usually drink like Coke and Skittles together, but it's just Cherry Coke Zero specifically.
Your stomach is finally catching up to you.
It is. I'm fucking getting old. I'm not going to be able to enjoy just binging like sugar like I used to. I used to just fucking go ham on some sugar, man.
I used to be able to do that too, and then I gained almost 30 pounds.
I do that with fast food. When I was in film school, I used to eat fast food all the time. I used to get like these big, like nasty, like burgers and shit. But they taste so good. But then like immediately afterwards, I felt like garbage, and I was like, "Oh man,
I need a salad."
It sucks. No, I didn't say that. I would have eaten more, but like I just felt like trash.
That's how fast food is.
My body was shutting down.
You're sitting there, you're like, "Why did I waste this money?" And then you're like,
"But it tastes so good."
But it was so good.
It's so good. It's like cocaine.
It's like there's probably cocaine in it.
Probably.
I
wouldn't doubt it.